My wife's dream was always to move to New York, but my dream was to have a fixed gear bike and ride through the streets of New York. 2 years went by and still no bike in sight. I quenched my thirst of riding bicycles by using the heavy Citibike system. That was until last August where everything changed. It's been a year of owning the State 4130. I've done a full video on it already. The only changes I've made since then is I've now changed the bike to be fixed. I've added a backlight for safety and finally purchased the Peak Design bicycle mount, which has been working really well. It's half magnetic and then it uses these ceramic clips to really lock the phone in. And then you can just unlock it with these two buttons on either side. Since my handlebars are a little bit more tapered, I went to just put it on my stem to be a bit more secure. When it comes to maintenance, fortunately, I haven't had that many issues since we are fixed. And unfortunately today, my back tire cap finally fell off, so I'm in the market for a new one. Coming from using the Citibike system for about a year now, I really appreciate 4 things about owning a bike. Number 1 is freedom. The fact that you can just pick up your bike and go, you don't have to look for bicycle docks, is a huge pro. For me, biking in general gives you a great way to see the city and explore places you wouldn't have known otherwise. Number 3, speed. This is way lighter than the manual city bikes, and if I really tried, I can get up to the same speed as the grey electric bikes. Number 4, if you've been to Central Park or Prospect Park, they are massive. And oftentimes, the places that are the most crowded are the ones that are the easiest to walk to. Having a bike, I find it's quite nice to ride to a spot that's a little more secluded and set up a picnic, without the thought of counting every minute in your head that you're being charged if you're using a city bike. Finally, I love that I can customize the bike to my liking. For instance, adding the Peak Design phone mount makes riding experience way easier when you're trying to navigate somewhere. I have a camera mount under my seat where I can mount my Action 5. And in future, I'm really excited to tune this even more to get it to my liking, potentially even trying clip-ons. Now, unfortunately, there are quite a few cons to owning your bike in the city, which is a huge reason why it took me so long to actually get one. First of all, depending on how much you spent on your bike, there is a mental stress in the back of your mind when you park it in public, whether or not it may get taken. Number 2, unlike a city bike, you do have to carry a pretty sizable lock to make sure your bike is going to be safe. I do use both of these on most occasions, especially if I'm away from my bike for a long time, where this one wraps around the front tire and then loops through my frame, and this one wraps through my back tire and then loops to my frame. Thirdly, maintenance, which really comes down to how well you look after your bike. I do my best not to leave it in the rain, but I do have to get my brake pads changed out in the near future. On top of that, every month I pump up my tires to make sure I'm getting the best ride. Number 5, on the odd occasion you are hanging out with people that don't ride bikes. It is kind of frustrating to just carry around your bike the whole day. You could lock it up and come back to it, but it's a little frustrating to come back, especially if the spot is not very easy to get to by public transport. Finally, the biggest expense of owning a bike in my building is that bike parking is $20 per bike. Pretty brutal, but I think the pros, for me at least, outweigh the cons. A big shout out to Tellison for sending over this mount for my Action 5. It's working so well being hung on this tree. I'm down at the piers in Brooklyn, just scoping out an ideal location for a proposal. It's a bit of behind the scenes right now. By the time this video goes live, hopefully it's happened. And biking this is so nice. If you ever need a cleaning or a service, hit up Marco in Brooklyn. I'll see you soon, Marco. It's almost coming up to a year of having the bike, and I honestly love it. I love the simplicity of having a single speed. That said, I would love to have a second bike if it wasn't so expensive to park it in the building, which I could take bikepacking or venture further out of the city. That said, I do want to try backpacking with the current bike I have, so if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. And if you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.